Happy New Year, everyone. It's January 2023, and the December stats are hot off the press. Let's jump into these numbers. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is Scott with Active Realty and the Janung team. As always, thank you so much for your support. 2022 was an awesome year for me and for the team. Last week, I put out a year in review video for 2022 and a forecast for 2023. I'm going to be building on that video a little bit today, looking at the stats for December. But first, I'm going to be taking a look at the Temecula neighborhoods and how they ranked from least expensive to most expensive in my Temecula neighborhood countdown for the month of December. After presenting this data, we're going to jump into how Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee compare to the national market in terms of median sales price, pending sales, homes sold, etc. going into 2023. Without further ado, let's jump into this countdown. First, I want to start with the honorable mentions. So up first, I have Chardonnay Hills, where one home sold last month for $725. Crown Hill, 2 homes sold for an average of $725. In Roy Pa Ranch, we had 1 home for $750. And in Summers Bend, 2 homes sold for an average of $780. This does not include any of the homes sold in Esplanade, the 55 plus community. 2 neighborhoods that I will not mention today because no homes sold last month include Vintage Hills and Morgan Hill. Coming in at number 6 on the countdown, this is actually one of 2 number 6 positions because there is a tie. Up first, we have Vail Ranch, where the median sales price was $625,000, down from $685,000 in November, and 66% of these homes sold for under their original list price. As mentioned, tied in the number 6 position, we have Harveston, where the median sales price was $625,000 last month. 100% of these homes sold for under their original list price. There were 3 homes sold in this community, and I didn't mention it, but there were 8 homes sold in the Vail Ranch community. You'll notice I do not have any November data on this particular slide for Harveston because there wasn't enough data in the month of November to compare it to December. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Temecula Hills, where the median sales price was $635,000, down from $670,000 in November, and 71% of these homes sold for under their original list price, and 7 homes sold in the month of December here. In the number 4 spot, we have Paloma del Sol, where the median sales price was $642,000, up actually from the $595,000 back in November. 66% of these homes sold for under their original list price, and only 3 homes sold last month. In the number 3 spot, we have Paseo del Sol. I refer to this neighborhood as Old Reliable because for the last 3 months, the median sales price or average sales price has been right at $650,000. 71% of these homes went for under their original list price. 7 homes sold here last month. And in the number 2 spot, we have Red Hawk, where the median sales price was $755,000 last month, up from $740,000 in November, and 70% of these homes sold for under their original list price. 10 homes sold here in December 2022. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to Wolf Creek for December 2022, where the median sales price was $760,000, up from $671,000 in November. All of these homes sold for under their original list price. There were 5 homes that sold in December. Now that I've broken down the different neighborhoods and what the pricing looked like in December for each of them, let's take a look at Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee as a whole in terms of median sales price for the month of December. I should say that these prices reflect not only single-family homes, but condos, townhomes, manufactured homes. These median sales prices are all inclusive. So in Temecula, we are down to $660,000 compared to $679,000 in November, $600,000 in Murrieta, down from $640,000 in November, and in Menifee, we are down to $529,000 from $550,000 in November. So as we start a new year, I want to take a moment and compare our markets here in Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee to the national averages. What does our market look like compared to the national market? Starting with median sales price year over year, the national average, according to Redfin statistics, are reporting a 1% appreciation year over year. While we can see in Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, prices have come down year over year, but no more than 5%. So in terms of price, we're actually looking at a pretty flat market year over year, not only in our markets, but nationally as well. When we look at actual new listings, pending listings, and total homes sold, however, there is a bit of a different picture to be painted here. So starting with new listings year over year on the national level, there were almost 22% fewer new listings year over year from December 2021 to December 2022. In Temecula, that number is double to negative 41%, Murrieta, negative 53%, and Menifee, negative 36%. Moving on to pending listings, so these are properties that are currently under contract year over year from December to December. On the national level, they are down negative 36.5% on average, and Menifee matches that statistic pretty well, but when you look at Temecula, we're down 41.9%, and Murrieta is down 59.6% pending listings year over year. And finally, looking at the total number of homes sold year over year on the national level, the total number of homes sold is down 33.1%. Looking at Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee, however, you can see that the total number of homes sold year over year is actually down quite a bit more. Negative 47.5% in Temecula, negative 55.3% in Murrieta, and negative 47.2% in Menifee. So what does this information tell us? Of course, the number one variable impacting the market across the board are the interest rates. Mortgage rates skyrocketed from the beginning of the year through October, and I discussed the impact of those mortgage rates a little bit more in my previous video. Feel free to check that out. High mortgage rates coupled with home prices that reflect a different market, a really hot market, that are still adjusting to a new reality, has directly impacted the buying power of many, many potential buyers. Do I think there will be a housing market crash in 2023? Well, that will depend on a lot of different factors. It will depend on the jobs market. It will depend on the stability of the interest rates, the costs of goods and services throughout the year as we monitor inflation. And going into 2023, as long as these mortgage rates stay stable, I think we will continue to see a slight adjustment in the price, but probably looking at a more flat market throughout the entirety of 2023. Meaning I don't suspect prices are just going to fall off a cliff and homes are going to be $100,000 cheaper tomorrow. I think the next few months are going to tell the story about what 2023 is going to look like. Typically, in January, leading into spring and into summer, we see an increase in demand and an increase in inventory, an increase in clientele. So depending on how consumers react to the current housing market in this new year, that will also play a role in what our local market will look like throughout the year. And that's going to wrap up this month's market report. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about the current state of the real estate market, and what do you think 2023 is going to look like? I will be back next week with another neighborhood tour, so stick around. I will see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.